Stanley Performance presents the Thanksgiving Classic qualifying races, as, of course, the big 23rd annual gala just wrapped up this past weekend at the Southern National Motorsports Park in Kinley, North Carolina. iRacing's virtual event is now ready to go. We hope you're ready to go here this evening. Again, we welcome you to virtual Southern National, just shy of a half mile, 4/10 of a mile, banking in the corners. Fun, excitement, we're ready to bring it to you in preparation for tomorrow night's Irvin's Used Auto Parts and Cars, of course, Thanksgiving Classic. It all culminates with the pole night last night, qualifying. The field's been locked in. We've got your heat races tonight as you're looking at the session information, race information, the track length, 4/10 of a mile, just shy of a half mile in distance. 17 degrees of banking going all the way around this racetrack. If a lot of people didn't know, this track was originally built by Francis Tuttle, who was one of the people that were the visionaries behind building Bristol, behind building Darlington, and also having work done with Talladega. So there's a lot of history behind this, the lineage of this racetrack and the way the facility is built. It's a very exciting place, and on the annual gathering of the weekend after Thanksgiving holiday, they all gather for the Thanksgiving Classic. Brendan Queen Butterbean picked up the win on Sunday afternoon, and of course now we're ready to see what goes on here tonight and what goes on tonight in our heat races and the last chance qualifier. I am Wesley Outland. Cody Deemers is alongside, and of course our broadcast coverage ready to go on Elevated TV. And Cody, this is a special race. I mean, I know you're up in Indiana now, but you're originally a Carolina boy. This is just a very big event, a special event for sure. And I'm really excited to see that somebody's doing a virtual Thanksgiving Classic now, and hope you had a great Thanksgiving holiday, buddy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The last time I was at Southern National was since I've been in Indiana, it was probably 2020. But the last time before 2020 was 2014, and it was so cold that night that they had burn barrels, and I went with Travis Miller in the mini stocks, and we had to park outside because there were so many cars. And what a wild event it was there, and watched it on Race in America this past weekend, and man, it was a crazy race. We've seen Butterbean McQueen, Josh Berry, and Caden Honeycutt duke it out, man, and what a race they put on, Wesley. It was crazy. It was thrilling. It was exciting. It was, probably the best show on the track, I would have to say. I mean, they had a stout number of legend cars, at 50 legend cars. They had 20 or 25 or 26 Chargers, 20 late models. I mean, there was car counts each class. And they talked like it was good racing. And, seen, a couple incidents that you never wish to see. A racetrack where you had a legend car in the catch fence, and a scary incident. But yeah, man, I was sitting here thinking, I was like, you know what, I want to do something virtually for the Thanksgiving Classic and to give these guys something to race for. And man, what a turnout. I was kind of shocked. Started out very slow, and now we're up to $360 in purse money. Looking to have $200 to win tomorrow night. 60 for second and 40 for third. So, and a bunch of other, got free wraps and tough luck awards and $20 here, and it's been a very, very great. And Wesley, we got an appetizer for the fans coming tomorrow. We got a 25-lap legend race, which is going to be thrilling and exciting, as they always put on in real life here.
Yeah, by the way, don't forget, as my colleague Cody mentioned on Elevated TV, we'll be live beginning at 7:45 Eastern Time tomorrow night for the official race of the Irvin Used Auto Parts Thanksgiving Classic. That'll be, of course, the 25-lap Legends event, and then it all culminates for the 250-lap NASCAR late model stock car event for the events at the Thanksgiving Classic on iRacing. Again, as these drivers are getting their final look at opportunities to shake these cars down, we have two 30-lap heat races on deck here tonight. Obviously, it sets the lineup for the inside row, the outside row from heat number 2, based off of qualifying last night, which obviously we did not broadcast. But there's some pretty big names, some heavy hitters here that are ready to go for this event here tonight.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got Chase Robertson, a Bowman Gray Stadium champion. Actually just got back from Nashville last night, or today, I think, from getting his award at the NASCAR banquet. So you got Boo Boo Dalton, Dustin Mama Cat, Landon Rapp, and other names. I mean, you got a Nolan Marshall, a mini stock racer from Bowman Gray. You got Kyler Staley. He's going to be race control for tonight for this week's events. You got Josh Cottle, one of the big sim racers out of Anderson, South Carolina. Just so many big names that virtual and real life side, and we're going to put them all together on one racing surface and let them duke it out for 250 laps.
And of course, again, qualifying was held last night, and these drivers again will be going into two 30-lap heat races. Of course, heat number 1 will find Chase Pierce on the pole. Josh Cottle will be on the pole for heat race number 2. As you're seeing now, the final minutes remaining for the Thanksgiving Classic, as these drivers are continuing to get last-minute laps in around the racetrack. As right now we're just kind of looking high above the speedway, and you see that there is going to be close to 20-plus drivers ready to go at it. And honestly, here's the deal, and I say this in a smart way. Hopefully, Cody, everybody will take my advice whenever they get on their iRacing rigs and go it here tonight. You're locked in. You're locked in to the into the big show. You're locked in to the Irvin's Used Auto Parts Thanksgiving Classic. Obviously, if we have any more late entries, the more the merrier. But it's about a 20-plus car field. First race inside, second row outside. Be smart. Advance your position. Try to race. Try to fill the car out, fill the track out in preparation for tomorrow night. But you don't got to worry about no last chance qualifiers. You got a heat race. Use it as a practice session to get yourself prepared for the big 250-lapper that's tomorrow night. You're all in the show. The better you advance your position, yes. But don't do anything crazy and tear your cars up. And let's not let the pole man be starting at the rear of the field.
Yeah, and definitely. And I also, Wesley, I want to. Well, we got 2 minutes left here before everybody grids up. I'm going to kind of give a rundown here of how Heat 1 the starting grid is. The times you see,
sure.
The times you're seeing are practice times. These guys have already qualified. They've already set themselves for the heat race. This is just kind of a little practice session for them to get in there, tune their cars a little bit more, tweak them, kind of like an early morning practice, you would say, Wesley, like you would see at Southern National. So we're going to give a rundown real fast. You got row 1 is going to be Chase L. Pierce and Boo Boo Dalton. That's going to be row 1. Row 2 is going to be Adam Baker and Daryl Dillon. Row 3 on the inside is going to be Mark Willard and Nolan Marshall. Row 4 is going to be Cole Brannick and Enoch McNeil. And then final row is going to be Chase Robertson and Edmund Jones. So, Wesley, we got a stacked first heat.
Under 2 minutes remaining here. And we'll get everybody into place, ready to go here. So everybody will be getting in the line. And obviously, again, as we mentioned, this is just the heat races that set the stage for the big race tomorrow night. So, yes.
They are currently in the drivers' meeting right now. They had a drivers' meeting with about 5 minutes left to practice. And like we said, they're going to grid up. You're going to see them when they grid up. You're going to see the pace car take off. The rest of the guys are going to kind of just sit there, and race control is going to kind of call them out like name by name of the running order, and that's how they're going to go. And then they'll get about 3 or 4 pace laps, and then they'll take the green flag. And Wesley, it's cool with the qualifying races because some guys can't qualify. They get 3 laps. They had 4 laps last night. 1 was a dead lap. 3 laps of qualifying, and some guys just can't qualify. And they'll tell you some they can't qualify. And so if you qualified 10th, if you start 10th in this race, but you win it, Wesley, you get $35 and you start 3rd. So you're going to go from starting 22nd or 21st to starting 3rd. So that's a cool thing with the qualifying races.
That's right. So we'll see how all of this goes.
And about 30 seconds.
Yep, 30 seconds away now, which it looks like it probably will jump more further ahead as obviously these drivers get into place and 2 30-lap heat races. Now, listen, Southern National, High Banks, 4/10 of a mile, but it is a very fast racetrack. If they're quick enough, if they're fast enough, there's no problems here. Cody, you could see 30 laps fly by in less than even 10 minutes. So hopefully that is what will happen here as the field is getting ready to grid now. Heat race number 1. Let's look at the weather. Weather conditions, obviously, 65 degrees. No humidity. Track temp at 67. That is already under virtual nighttime conditions that are partly cloudy for the Irvin's Used Auto Parts Thanksgiving Classic here at Southern National Motorsports Park. And the field will get ready to roll here, and we're ready to grid them. And we're ready to introduce the starting lineup for heat race number 1. There you see the field gridding at the start-finish line. We'll finally get away from the whole blimp view and go to on-track activity. And let's give you the starting lineup for what will be heat race number 1 as these drivers are getting into position. All right.
So I'm gonna run down real fast, and Wesley, you should have it in your Discord in the heat section.
I do, yes, sir.
All righty. I'll do the first 3 rows, and if you want to do the last 2, that work?
All right, go ahead, buddy.
Row number 1 is going to be Chase L. Pierce with a 13.868, and Boo Boo Dalton to his outside on row 1, 13.895. Row 2 is going to be Adam Baker with a 13.945. Daryl Dillon to his outside with a 14.076. Rolling off row 3 is going to be Mark Willard and a 14.097. To his outside is going to be Nolan Marshall with a 14.265.
Moving on to row number 4, it's going to be Cole Brannick, and the driver turned a time of 14.413. Cole Brannick out of Winston-Salem in the 43 machine. To his outside, Enoch McNeil, and Enoch McNeil out of Burlington, North Carolina, the B1 machine. And then we move on to Chase Robertson, who was on the big stage in Nashville, of course, last night for the NASCAR banquet for the Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Series, and that driver will now, of course, be starting in the 9th position. And his outside will be the number 10, and that is the driver of Edmund Jones. Edmund Jones out of Yakima, Washington. So there is the lineup for the drivers getting ready to go, of course, for
Wesley,
heat number 1.
I want to also say big thanks to Sean Breitzman. Edmund Jones is one of the Northeast Racing Series guys. I know you do that with help Charles and them over there with LSR TV on them.
Yeah.
He actually come over from Northeast Racing Series, so I appreciate Sean kind of helping me get a couple drivers from over there, and we got one, Wesley.
We do, and the field is rolling here, as I believe I mentioned Jones, and then you've got some late entries, including Steele in the number 11 machine. And that is the lineup as the field is rolling now in preparation for heat race number 1. Money on the line for the heat race. Of course, that's going to be really, really cool to watch as these drivers get into position, ready to go. You already saw the lineup there for the Thanksgiving Classic. I actually like that graphic a little bit better than looking at the scoring ticker, if you will.
Well, they'll get about 5 laps here in just a set to get pace laps. And then we'll kind of run down the grid again where y'all can see it actually on screen.
Well, these are some nice-looking cars here, of course, as these machines get into place for heat race number 1. Of course, don't count out not only Chase Robertson, but Ross Boo Boo Dalton. This guy has had success many times over at Southern National. He knows this place very, very well. And he'll be definitely somebody to keep an eye on and watch for sure. There's some more laps underway here. Preliminary laps. Ross Boo Boo Dalton out of Liberty, North Carolina. There you see his machine. The number 17 flanked to his inside. Of course, that's Chase Pierce from Lexington, North Carolina. All these drivers getting into position here. And I'll tell you what, it's amazing the work that's done by iRacing to make these tracks look so blueprinted as the real deal. And as you look at this view down the back stretch, man, it just looks like you're there in person, just off of Newsom Mill Road in Kinley, North Carolina, for a real show.
Definitely for sure. It impresses me, how they take a real life racetrack and put it in a lot of people call it a video game, but it's a simulator to me.
That's right.
So definitely going to be different, to say the least. To see how these guys races. We've seen the real Thanksgiving Classic and at Southern National in real life. We're about to see it virtually here for heat races, Wesley.
Here we go. It looks like it's time for that pace car to drop onto the pit lane. Heat number 1 to set the field for the inside of the Thanksgiving Classic, presented by Irvin's Auto Parts, is green. As quickly, you got a couple of cars tangling. We got one in the fence. Trouble. I believe that's going to be the 0-5 up high. The 7 was the one that got really, really loose and tangled into the fence. That's Dylan's machine. And we're going to quickly go onto the yellow flag here, and let's take a look at the replay of some calamity and some problems on the backstretch. Look like Baker and the 7 of Dylan get together coming off of turn number 2 there, Cody.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely looks like the 7 might have just got loose, and the 2 just got into the rear of him, and looks like the 43 had the tough luck there.
Yeah, short end of the stick also for Cole Brannick of the 43 from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So that will put us quickly under the yellow flag here for heat race number 1. Again, this is the lineup again for a 30-lap heat race. And if I'm the race director right now, if I was, I would be literally yelling at these guys saying, guys, don't do this. Don't be trying to go out here and tear your cars up here in this heat race, man. All you got to do is just take advantage of this, and don't drive chaotic, I guess is the nice word to say. By the way, Josh Cottle will be the man on the pole for heat race number 2 as we're live on Elevated TV. I will be here with you till about 8:25, and then I have to leave for other broadcast obligations, but I will be with you from start to finish tomorrow night for the Irvin's Used Auto Parts, of course, Thanksgiving Classic, featuring the 250-lap late model stock car event, and then, of course, the Legends event as well. That Legends race, Cody, is shaping up to be something pretty exciting tomorrow night as well.
Definitely. It's going to be fantastic. These guys have had a couple practice sessions during the week or the weekend to kind of prepare themselves, get themselves situated for it. And, man, I got there and I raced with them, and they were kind of shocked that the old broadcaster was topping the board out of all of them. So, but I guess when you been around legend cars, a long time, and it's kind of what happens.
All right. We'll be ready to try to start this again here.
Looks like Chase Pierce and Dalton switched.
Dalton and Pierce are going to be right there alongside one another as we're going to try to get this go one more time. They got one lap in, and then there was a caution. Let's try this again. Pace trucks on pit road. Here we go. Got to give that spot back, 22. He did. Baker did. And they have waved off the restart here. Wow. I think they probably called it off there, Cody, because it looked like the 22 was trying to go 3 wide for a restart.
Yeah.
And now Dylan's coming off pit road.
Yeah, I think Dylan has actually got a lap ahead of everybody. So I think they had to delay it to let him get to the back of the field. I think we're good now, though. Green flag, back in the air. They work off in the wall.
Back under, yep. Here you go, much better. Oh, no, trouble. Oh, no, 1, 2, 3 cars turned around in the back. This is not the way to run this heat race, guys. Come on. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Dylan, Baker, Jones, Robertson, all turned around, and we go into the yellow flag again here.
Yeah, definitely not too sure. It looks like everybody's being a little bit more too impatient than you would like to see. We'll get an instant replay here. Looks like Robertson got to the back of Baker there and just kind of along from there. And caution laps don't count. And they get no fast repairs and no tires, Wesley. So got to use their heads a little bit or it's going to be a long night for some of them.
All right, so here we go again. We'll try to go for a second time here, guys. This is not the way it needs to be going here with these multiple caution flags, and you got drivers coming back down on the pit lane with damage again. Dylan is back on pit road. That's Daryl Dillon, the number 7 out of Charlotte, the Mac Tools entry. There you see him right there, working on getting service done here. What's the 411? I mean, do they have fast repairs for this heat race, Cody?
No, sir. They do not have no fast repairs, and they do not have any tires. So when you see them come down pit road, it's just like real life, Wesley. The crew is thrashing on the car, trying to get it fixed, trying to tear body panels off, put new body panels on, duct tape, saran wrap it, anything they can to get them back out there.
So they're going to work on giving these guys a minute to get back off of the pits to, I guess, try to fix the damage, whatever it is that they got. I think in some shape or form, with the exception of the front row, everybody from third on back has at least been involved in one caution or not. And this is not a good way to start the race here. 2 of 30 laps. You know, if we would have been going clean and green, we could have been probably 20 laps into this race. You know, I mean, my goodness, guys, let's stop.
We got 10
wrecking
cars.
Like you're in the funny papers.
Right.
Yeah.
We got 10 cars. They got to get relaxed and get themselves in motion. I mean, this ain't even a race, and they're already tearing each other up with 10 cars on the track. We put another 10 out there. It's going to be crazy. We got the green flag working off into one.
We're underway. Ross Boo Boo Dalton down to the inside. He'll make that move on the Chase Pierce machine. Pierce up on the top to the bottom. Inside of the racetrack comes the 0-5 also. And finally, they get at least a lap completed off the corner. So that's a good thing. That's a major improvement than what we saw in the opening.
Here comes Chase Pierce to the inside. Oh, he's going to get to the back of Ross.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, we save it. We save it.
Dalton corrected it. Man, what a save by Ross Boo Boo Dalton. But he's going to fall short about 4 or 5 spots from that contact as the 17 of Pierce, Clements, Marshall, Willard, Robertson, top 5 now. We're a handful of laps into this event. And here's the deal. As we see the 2 scrape off the concrete of Marshall. If they can just get together, his contact. Oh, man. Dalton got into the 31 of Robertson. And it collected some more cars, and we're under yellow again. Man.
Let's see what happens here. Side by side through 2, down the backstretch. Looks like Ross maybe just misjudged the corner there. And or Robertson didn't realize he was there and just got right reared. And Robertson saved it, and then Dillon got in the back of the 0, and it was just everybody along for the ride. You know, Wesley starting on the pole, or I should say second, getting a lead early, now having to work your way back through the field. It's going to be tough for that number 50 machine.
So the caution out again here in lap 6 of 30. And they have just not been able to get organized and just take some. I'd let caution laps count. If they're going to keep on tearing cars up left and right, I'd have to put the caution ticker on there.
Right, for sure. I mean, even the race leaders got front end nose damage, so definitely gotta be patient here. So still under the caution here. So we work back down the backstretch. Look at Cole's car, Wesley. He has not even got a nose on the front of that car. This crew has tore the nose slap off of it. He's crab walking. So we get the 1 to go. Green flag back in the air. Working into 1.
Let's try this again. Let's try it again. The 17. Chase Pierce got a good jump that time. 3 wide on the restart there for third as Ross Boo Boo Dalton's trying to get back into the podium as they work off 4 there.
So work back down off of 2. Ross going to get real loose. Nolan going to, whoa!
Oh, hold on. Oh, boy.
What a save. Great driving there off of 2 by the number 2 machine. Here comes the 50. Looking to the inside of him. They work down off into 1.
Ross Boo Boo Dalton knows this track inside and out. You know, he's ran Southern National many times. He knows the lines, kind of the way you drive on iRacing. It's the way you drive the track in real life. You see him hitting his marks, trying to get around the deuce of Marshall. He'll clear him now for 4th. And now they go single file. We're finally, hey, how about it? 10 laps in for heat race number 1, and right now it is the leader, the 17, Chase Pierce, out in front, leading the way. We're now single file, and he's on his way into turn number 1 with a nice run over Clements in second.
Definitely. And we look further on back. I just want to mention that 2-car, very loose. I mean, he is, struggling with that eel-handling car there as they work off the 2. As we look back here behind him, this is a battle for 6th and 7th between Adam Baker in the 22 and Chase Robertson in the 31 as they work down the backstretch into 3.
Another lap in. As right now they're closing finally on the cross flags in a handful of more laps as Pierce is the leader, Willard is second, Clements third.
Maybe Dalton back there in 4th. So rounds out your top 5. Everybody kind of just riding right now, Wesley.
This is what they needed to do in the first place, honestly.
Right.
They finally got the hint.
Right. Race control must have put their foot down and said, hey, look, either we got to get some stuff going or we're going to have to start, getting rid of people. Looks like everybody's kind of getting it. Here comes Adam Baker to the inside. This is for 5th and 6th. These Christmas cars, Wesley, to me are amazing. It's amazing how they get them on iRacing.
Right now, everyone is all single file, and we have just crossed halfway. I'm digging the kind of the Christmas wraps. Obviously, the big snowball derby, weather pending. It looks like they're going to be fighting the weather all weekend long down in Pensacola, Florida. I was scheduled to go down to Florida myself to Alltech Raceway in Lake City, Florida, and because of the crazy weather forecast, they pulled the plug on the XR Super Series event that I was supposed to be doing, and very frustrating, but weather's been that way this year. But anyhow, it looks like they're going to be fighting weather issues all weekend long, and I've already seen where they posted that they're going to the next day phase for the race if need be, which means the next day that they have clear weather is when they'll run the Snowball Derby. Remember back in 2019, I think it was, 2016, 2017, they ran on a Tuesday afternoon because it rained. Excuse me, it rained for like 3 or 4 days. So enjoy it, Racing America. Thanksgiving Classic, of course, last week, and the Snowball Derby, the greatest prestigious short track race in America in Pensacola. We got a caution with about 9 laps to go. Yellow flag will fly. I believe the 43 machine is giving us an issue on the racetrack, as well as the 31 car. That's Chase Robertson and the 43 of Cole Brannick. And that puts us under yellow here, and we'll take a look at the replay for what happened here. Cody, well, we finally got a long green flag under our belt. Now we got only 9 laps to go. As you see the 43 of Cole Brannick going around.
Yeah, and that car, man, Wesley, looks like he has been racing at Bowman Gray Stadium. The nose just tore off the car. The car's crab walking, and it just doesn't look like a race car you would see at Southern National Racing. But yeah, no, 9 to go. Long green flag run there. Maybe that, got them under their belt, got some laps under their belts. They're like, hey, man, it's just a qualifying race. Let's ride a little bit. I'm not winning nothing to, yeah, it's $35 on the line, but what is $35 if I don't finish the race? So you gotta look at things like that. As it looks like the 10 car, second place man's coming down pit road. Good little run there, though, for sure.
So we have these drivers down to single digits. It's 9 laps to go, but they come back to the green flag. And obviously Pierce leading the way. That's Chase Pierce out of Lexington, North Carolina, the Top Hat Comics Race EPI entry. And we'll get ready to try this one more time. Clements is right there in the 05 machine. Give a little more information on that Clements driver there, Cody.
Yeah, definitely. That's Enoch McNeil. That's actually Ross Dalton's nephew. That's why the cars look so much alike. They're racing back to back of each other right now at Ross's house. He's out of Burlington, North Carolina. 14 years old. 15 years old. About to be 16. Excuse me. Good. He's a great kid. Takes after Ross a lot, and he runs champ karts at Ace Speedway in Caraway.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've seen Enoch McNeil run some races around the area before, for sure. Definitely a talented. Obviously, the name says Clements. I thought maybe Brandon Clements was running this event, but it is Enoch McNeil out of Burlington, ready to come back to green in trouble on the restart. Oh no! Down below the start-finish line, they get entwined. Coming off of turn 4, tangled. Baker and Moore involved. And here's the look at a replay of what just happened with 8 laps to go. Calamity on the restart here. Cody coming to the green flag. Wow.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It looks like Ross just misjudged the starter, or the double zero might have got into him. We'll see right here in just a second. Yeah, it looks like the 50 car just jacked the leader up on the start there, and definitely not where you want to be. Looks like the 50 car is going to get an EOL as well as the 17. So tough break for them, as they've already fought their way from the back one time, and now he's got to do it all over again.
So a restart coming up, and we will try this one more time. My goodness, I can't believe what happened on the restart. There was just a little antsy for Baker and company now, and these drivers will try to get back in line here. Obviously, set them up for the restart.
Baker was just
17. Yeah, man, I hate that for Pierce too. You know, the leader, Baker and Pierce, and now of course the 17 looks like they're gonna send the 17 to the tail. And there you see he is going to the rear of the field to see the damage on the car too. Wow, and Dalton.
Yep. The way it works is if you are involved in the caution, you go to the rear. So everybody that is involved, you know, until the caution flag flies, you go to the rear. Once the caution flag is flied, if you're just kind of an innocent standby after the caution flag flies, you still get your spot back. But if you're involved in the caution, you go back to the back. So tough break there for Ross and Chase. 2 top contention cars just not playing nice, I guess, and both of them's in the back, got to race their way back to the front with only 8 laps to go.
All right. So let's try this again. It looks like the Wendigo indication will be given when they come to the line. The lights will be off for the pace truck. Single file. And I believe we will be single file for the restart. Am I correct? Because we're all single file under under 10 laps to go. Am I right?
Yep, we'll be a single file restart.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right, let's try this now. Back underway. Much better start. 5 to go. As powering down to the inside is going to be Ross Boo Boo Dalton. He'll get the clear. Got 2 in the wall. Marshall's in trouble. It's all the way in the back, though, as they work their way off the corner. 4 laps to go here in heat race number 1 here at the Thanksgiving Classic. Down the back straightaway. Clements. That's actually Enoch McNeil. And Enoch McNeil is in the lead. Holding them off there. Look at that 3-car battle for 3rd. Time running out now as Dalton, Pierce, and Baker go at it. Oh, my, Dylan's in the wall. Oh, boy. Boo Boo Dalton. A little shot there to the inside from Robertson. Robertson up on the top. And they're coming to the line this time by. Cody gets 1 to go. This time by left to go in heat 1.
Yep, Enoch McNeil going to come off of turn number 4, down the front stretch. 1 lap to go, final lap. Can Mark Wheeler get to him off of 2, down the back stretch? What a young kid out of Burlington, North Carolina, going to work through 3 and 4. Nobody's going to get to him. He's going to be your heat race winner starting 3rd.
What a job. As here comes again, checkered flag. Enoch McNeil will win in the heat race number 1 at the Thanksgiving Classic. What it'll be on the pole from Burlington, North Carolina. And actually, they're going to give the win. Is it Mark Willard? Are they going to say Mark Willard's the winner?
I'm not too sure.
Yes, he sure did. Watch this coming off the corner. Man, I just caught the tail end of it.
Yep, I did too. Looks like Mark Willard's actually going to win. Looks like we were still in replay booth there. So Mark Willard is actually going to be your race winner.
Mark Willard just got the pass there on Andy McNeil, and it actually is Mark Willard from Winston-Salem in the number 2, the Mock Tire and Auto Machine, that will pick up the win in heat race number 1. Yeah, here's a look at it. I guess we were in replay mode. Cody forgot to put it back to live feed here. Let's see the pass for the win as they're coming down to the line. Time winding down. There's Andy McNeil he had the lead. Look at the green and black number 10, reeling him in, working off turn number 4.
Coming to the white
down
flag.
to the stripe, and Willard was able to make that move. Coming, I believe, to the white flag lap, the bump and run off the corner, and he was able to make the move, Cody, to get it done here. Last sided set of corners to do it.
And then they're going to be side by side.
And that did it right there. That move by Willard, bump and run, coming to the line, checkered flag, set it up in turn 3 and 4. And yes, the number 10, of course, of Mark Willard from Winston-Salem will win heat race number 1. Well, listen, Cody Demers is going to take you the rest of the way. My apologies. I've got to leave. I can't believe it. It was a wreck fest in heat race number 1, Cody. I was really hoping that it wouldn't be that way, that we could have done both for the heat races. But, man, thanks for inviting me. I had already had prior obligations. This date was actually changed around than what the original date was. But, Bud, I know we're in good hands on Elevated TV. I'm going to let you carry it the rest of the way, man, and I will see you tomorrow night, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We will carry you the rest of the way as we get a word here with the number 10 machine. Mark Willard, Rooster in the booth, you got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, crazy race. Wild and exciting. Caution field at the start. Then everybody kind of got single foul there, and you kind of rode, paid your time there. Went down pit road, and walk me through there because now you're $35 richer.
Yeah, it was a little bit of luck involved in that too tonight, Rooster. I can't lie about it. I come up a little short on fuel there and had to pit when I went down pit road just to get a little fuel to finish the race. And it worked out where I made it back up there. It's a good race, though, the 05. I appreciate him racing me clean, and I try to do the same to him.
Definitely. Well, anybody you want to thank sponsor-wise? Looks like you're going to be starting 3rd for the tomorrow night's race.
Yeah, I guess I need to thank Mark B. Roth Automotive and Tire, Colby's Home Repair, L&R Transmission, and MP2 Motorsports.
All righty. Well, congratulations, Mark, and we'll see you tomorrow night starting 3rd.
Thank you, sir.
All righty, and that's a word with Mark Willard, your Heat 1 race winner. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have Heat 2 set up. I've got to personally go set up Heat 2 myself, so give me like 5 minutes, and we'll be back here live on the air. Until then, enjoy the intro.